Hello guys, it is Monday. Welcome to another weekly vlog. I'm sat outside Isaac's school. I'm here about 40 minutes early. I was just having lunch with a friend, and I thought I'll pick him up while I'm in town, save him taking the bus. Apparently there's so many new first years from our area, he had to stand on the bus the whole way home last time. So I thought, right, I'm in town, I'll pick him up. So I'm sat here, I thought I'll just record a little bit of waffle, and there's a car beside me which has, I think, a teacher and a kid in it who are watching what I'm doing. Great, in the car park, the only bloody car. So the reason I switched it on is I'm going to try this. It is a Starbucks indulgent caramel flavour frappuccino, and I'll tell you why. You may think, well, what's the point? I have never in my life tasted cold coffee. I've always sort of liked the idea in summer. Oh, they're going now. Did you hear the car start? She doesn't want her child to see this weird woman talking to herself, so let's give this a shake and experience my first ever iced coffee. This was only £1 from a garage. There's the buses starting to arrive now. It's not the worst thing I've ever tasted. Yeah, it's quite nice, but it's just really weird. They're not driving off, they've just put the engine on. It's just really weird tasting coffee cold. That's 2 mouthfuls, it's taking that much out. Yeah, I don't think, you know the way Costa, I've been in Starbucks a couple of times, but we don't have one anywhere near us. My mum would want to go for a Costa once a week. To be honest, it's a fucking rip-off. I mean, if we go into Costa and get 2 drinks, it's nearly a tenner, and to me that's ridiculous. But my mum sees it as part of her like day out, so we do it. We'd like buy it, turn about. And I get the frappe sometimes in summer, and it's really nice, and you can get coffee added to that. I have to say I would still rather have a frappe than this. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I have friends that drink cold, like iced coffee in summertime. I could be convinced, I think. Yeah, actually it's not too, it's growing on me now. I've had a few more sips. So, I just met with my mate for lunch. Tomorrow I'm into my mum's. It's just, it's really difficult there again. They've got the social worker coming on Wednesday to do the annual review, where they find out if everything's okay with the care company, how they are, if there's any more support they can have. My mum said to me, I'm going to tell her that my dad can't cope anymore. And I said, well, you do realise if you say that, she's going to suggest residential care to you? Oh. I says, well, what else do you think she can suggest? You have the maximum amount of carers and the maximum amount of visits per day. That's the next stage. Oh, right, well then I need to sit and have a think about it. And I says, it's a case of either he can or he can't cope. It's not a case of you thinking about, well, whether that's something you're happy with. And I told my dad, I says, right, when she comes on Wednesday, because every other time I've been there, and I'm making a point this time of not being there because I'm sick and tired of talking common sense and then people looking at me like I'm trying to force my mum into a home, which I'm not. My mum is in need of more care than she's getting right now, and she does not want to leave the home, and my dad does not. He's gone from asking the doctor, what, a year or so ago, doctor, you're going to have to help me, I can't cope anymore, to now, he said to me yesterday when I told him she was going to say that, she'll not be going into any residential care as long as I'm able to lift her. Now what's happening is she can't use the steady anymore because her legs aren't strong enough to support her, so the carers are hoisting her a lot of the time, and the hoist requires 2 people. My dad can't use the hoist on his own. No one can. So he's been wheeling the commode into the living room. He's been lifting her like under the armpits and like slowly shuffling over and putting her onto the commode. My mum's skin and bone, she's so thin, which has happened to her a lot in her life. I remember when she was in like a mental health unit for a while, everybody thought she was in with anorexia, which she goes really, really skinny sometimes, and right now is one of those times. She's just a bag of bones right now. she needs to be in a home where she's getting properly fed and all of those things. But you can't criticise what my dad's doing, because my dad's trying his best, and she doesn't want to leave the home, and he doesn't want her to go, because that's like saying he can't cope, which is a big pride thing. I can only do so much. When I go in and, like, my mum expects me to take her to the bathroom and I'm not able to lift her. I can't physically do it. But when I'm trying to use the steady, she's not strong enough to use it, so it's a whole hullabaloo, and I end up going home rookied, not able to fucking my back right now. I've put all the weight back on again I lost, because I haven't been exercising, because I haven't been able to, because trying to work with my mum is so difficult. She's like a rag doll right now. She's like more or less fully lying on one side, so much so that her head hits the armrest of the chair. We've been trying to use like travel pillows to prop her neck up, but they're not doing a job, and the proper neck braces are too big for her, and she can't tolerate them. Her body's all contorted, but she won't hear of rest. So she's got this week coming up in respite, the one she went to for 2 weeks before, where she was in bed the whole time. She's got that coming up on the 24th of September. My dad flies to Spain that day. Darren, there's a fucking single magpie again. That's the second one I've seen today. 2 together, you know what I mean? Fine. 2 single ones. One of them I almost knocked down because it flew out in front of my car. What was I going to say? Yeah, Darren has to take my dad to the airport in the morning at like 5 o'clock, which means that's the time he's going to have to drop me in at my mum's. And then I'm there until I take her up to respite that afternoon. She wants me to stay with her for a while, so I probably won't be getting back until way after tea time. And then I'm attacking a couple of things in their house that need doing. My dad's paperwork needs tearing apart and sorting, and things thrown out and things categorising. There's a thing, like a larder they have that's been there. I grew up in that house, but every fucking thing you can think of is just, you know, somewhere that everybody chucks all the shit, you know, oh, just stick it in the larder. So the larder doesn't have any food in it, it's just full of everything that you want to close a door on. So I'm pulling that larder out, and I'm really hoping that in there I find some stuff from my childhood, because growing up in the house with my parents and grandparents, every fucking thing I ever had was thrown out. Every toy that I outgrew was given to a charity shop. Every school report I got, my dad's chucked them all because he just threw out all the paperwork, and that was amongst them, and I wanted to keep that. You know, like all the individual reports I had at high school with all my grades and all the teachers' comments, that was thrown out, which I was gutted about. So I'm hoping if I go through that larder, and that's not why I'm doing it, incidentally, it just needs doing. I'm going to buy like some little baskets and stuff and just tidy stuff in. I need to go through the hot press, the place where they, you know, you keep towels and blankets and sheets and duvet covers, and throw out half of it because it hasn't been gone through since in my lifetime that I remember. And my dad's piling all the bedding on top of a bed upstairs because there's no room. So I need to like get rid of loads of old stuff and sort that out. There's things I would like to do that I'm not going to be able to do. Like there's rooms that need redecorating, but I just don't have the strength in me to do it. And Darren's not the biggest fan of doing work he doesn't have to do. I can't afford to buy all the stuff anyway, so it's like the only time you get anything done in their house is when they're not in it. So anyway, that's what's happening near the end of the month. I think I told you we got Isaac tickets for Falling in Reverse, who I've been listening a bit to. My God, some of it's really good. Now, Isaac said their earlier stuff's more emo, which wouldn't be my cup of tea. But in their last album, which is called Popular Monster, they tried to do a number of different genres. Different genres of rock to show sort of a bit of diversity. And they've got a cover on that of, what's it called? Last Resort. Which is like quite a fast song. If you like rock music, you'll know it. Was it? Turn my life into pieces, this is my last resort. That one. He's done a ballad version of it, and it's beautiful. they've got strings and all sorts in it, and it's a bit jarring when you first hear it because you're so used to the original and you think no, no, no. But try to forget the original and try and listen to it. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And the new album I have been listening to, and with the exception of 2 songs, I like all of it. One song's a bit too heavy for me. I don't like people growling, and you know, it's not my cup of tea. But the rest of it's really good. The guy's got an amazing vocal range. So I'm quite excited to go see them now. Before it was just like, oh, we're taking Isaac because he loves them, but I don't think Darren's going to be particularly keen because some other tracks has, you know, like that rock rap type thing that Limp Bizkit did. His style of rapping is very reminiscent of Eminem, who I actually really like. Darren really doesn't. Another single magpie, honest to God. Come on, there's not another one, no. It's the last 3 times I have seen a single magpie today, although that may be the same one that I've seen again. But yeah, Darren knows what he likes, and he likes he's kind of stuck in a rut of, he doesn't tend to like new stuff or new sounding stuff or anything that's a little bit different. I know he really doesn't like anything with rapping, whereas I can really appreciate how talented Eminem is, even though not all of his stuff's my cup of tea. I think he's very good at what he does. I love his lyricism. I think his lyrics are incredible. I like the way he puts them across. And this guy does have a bit of that about him in the rappy type stuff, but a lot of it isn't rappy. But they've so many like complicated layers of stuff in their songs. And they bring strings in, and they've got piano in, and it's like, I live for like bringing in classical instruments into rock music, which is why I love Queen so much. And like the harmonies are so tight. Again, for me in music, the most important thing to me is a vocal. I think a lot of guys that like rock would say the guitar, the riff, the solos, the rhythm, all of that's the most important to them. For me, it's always been the vocal, the lyrics, how they're expressed. And yeah, I really, really like it. I'm going to go and listen to some more now, actually. Although this woman sat in the fucking carbs. I mean, the car right beside me. And when you listen to music, you want to listen to it at a proper fucking volume, don't you? And I'm not going to be able to. And Isaac's friend will be coming home with us in the car, and I really don't want to deafen him with stuff that is scary music to him, you know what I mean? So, I'll go, folks. I just thought I'd do a bit of waffle to catch up with you. Nothing happening this week. I'm in at my mum's tomorrow. Wednesday the social worker's down. Thursday there's something which isn't... Oh, Isaac gets his braces off on Wednesday, so he'll be brace free. I'm hoping he doesn't have marks left in his teeth. We shall see. But yeah, I shall leave it there for now, guys, and I shall catch up with you later in the week. Who's that on? That's weird. That light shouldn't have been on. I didn't put that on, which means that could have been on from night time. Oh, Jesus wept. Who knows? That's better. It's Tuesday, folks. I didn't record going into my mum's because I had nothing really to tell you. I'm not going to waffle for ages. I just put it on to tell you. I just put it on. You know when your kid gets to that age where you can actually learn music off them? Isaac listens to a band. Now, I'm not with it modern wise with new bands, so some of you may have heard of these guys. They're called Falling in Reverse. Now apparently they've been out for quite a few years. I'd never heard of them, and when they started they were kind of like emo-y, and they still look a bit emo-y. Isaac's pretty obsessed with the singer. I don't think like he fancies him. I'm not sure. It's like one of those things that I did ask Isaac before. Like, he knows absolutely 100% if he was gay. It's not a big deal, it's not a big issue, don't care. But I don't want to be constantly doing that parent thing where you make jokes about, oh, that, you know, this girl or that girl, if he doesn't even like girls. Anyway, I do think he likes girls. I think he said he did. But he's just not overly interested at the minute. But this guy, he really, really likes the guy that sings with Falling in Reverse. He thinks he's really cool. That dog doesn't have a lead on. I hate to see a dog anywhere near a road without a lead on. And I've been listening to the latest album they released that he picked up while he was in London, called Popular Monster. And the idea behind the album is that they're trying to do a track in different styles of rock. So there's like a new metal one, there's even like one that's got a country edge to it, there's like rappy type ones like Eminem type stuff. But on it there is a cover of Last Resort by Papa Roach, I think that it's by. Now, I never knew what the song was about because the lyrics and the way it is sung doesn't lend itself to really sitting and listening to it. It's like a proper like punky, it's like, hang on, is it put my life, tore my life into pieces, this is my last resort, that one. But anyway, he does a cover of it and he does it really slow and ballady. It's a song about suicide and about just life being too much and everything's shit and would you even care? You know, if one of the lines is, would you even care if I cut myself bleed? And I cut my... Anyway, but it's so good, this cover. And they bring, like, he plays piano and they bring strings into it, and I love nothing more than when they bring in other instruments into rock. I love, like, you know, the whole Within Temptation thing. Queen did it a lot. I love to hear different instruments being utilised in rock, and it's such a good... I much prefer it to the original, and I'm generally shocked. The album Popular Monsters maybe got 2 tracks on it that I don't like. There's one called Ronald that's really heavy and growly, a bit Slipknotty, and I don't like that kind of thing. And I'm not a big fan of the country sounding one, which isn't country. Isaac says it is because they're wearing bloody cowboy hats. Oh, there's a rainbow. It's more like Good Charlotte, Weezer, that type of thing, which I'm not really a big fan of. But I love... Anyway, I'm going to put it on so you can hear a little bit. If you know the song, Kelly and Dave, mainly I'm talking to you because I know you'll know the song because you're big rock fans. But wait to hear how different it is. I'll just let you hear the first couple... That's Hailstorm, that's not it. You can't really get a feel of it until you listen to all of it. So do me a favour, check out Last Resort Reimagined by Falling in Reverse. Tell me what you think. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing, don't give a fuck, keep that down. Now this is where it completely changes, and when I first heard it I thought, nah, until I sat and listened to all of it. I just think it suits the lyrics so much better now that I know what it's about. Cut my life into pieces, embrace my last resort, suffocation, no breathing, don't give a fuck if I cut my own bleeding, do you even care if I die bleeding, would it be wrong or it be right, if I took my life tonight, chances are that I might, mutilation out of sight, and I'm contemplating suicide. So sad, it's such a sad song. This guy's voice is cracking when he hits high notes. Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind, wish somebody would tell me I'm fine, losing my sight, losing my mind, wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. I love it, I love it. I realise you maybe don't want to hear this, but wait till the strings come in. It's beautiful. The piano in the background, but when the strings come in, I'm like, oh. Hear it. I need to go back and listen to it again. I'm fucking belted at the top of my voice. Not giving a shit that I can't sing for crap, but oh, I'm in love with this song. It's beautiful. Yeah, so I wanted to share that with you. That's it for today, guys. My mum's still not in, well, I say still not, she's not going to change overnight. She's not in the best form physically. Not going to moan about it. Nothing we can do about it. No point moaning. I picked up a couple of little bits for Sophie, the little girl that lives across the way. I'm doing a little, it's something that Kelly's always started. She always did a Halloween box for Isaac with little bits leading up to Halloween. Kelly, you don't need to do it. Honestly, he's too old for you to be doing Halloween boxes for him. Save your money. I know you have so many kids you need to buy for, including your own. But I do a little Halloween box for Alice, and I'm going to do a few wee bits for Sophie. Obviously it won't be a lot, it'll only be a couple of little small things. But I saw a little top today that I knew she would absolutely love, so I've picked that up. I've picked up a little outfit for Alice, which it's not Halloweeny, so it'll probably be for Christmas. And I picked up something that I think Kelly will like for Christmas. So yes, I actually started my Christmas shopping 2 months ago. I'm not buying loads, I'm only buying little things because it's all I can really afford. But right, not moaning. I'm going to go and listen to this cracking song again because I love it. I think it's fabulous. So I'm well impressed. We're taking Isaac to see Fallen in Reverse in Dublin in December as part of his Christmas box. Do people say that, or is that an old Christmas box? Christmas present. And I was like imagining, oh crap, this is going to be so shite, because I was just picturing emo band, you know, rap, like ugh. But I would never let Isaac know. I thought that I would never want to ruin his experience, so you know, I'd never say it in front of him. But I've been listening to some stuff and I'm like, oh. Now I don't know what the earlier stuff's like, but this album's really good. And that reimagining, when I first heard it, I wanted the intonation of the note to go up like it does in the song, and it's very monotone in places, and it didn't do what they were, and I'm like, oh no, that should go up. But then when I sat and listened to the lyrics and I actually found out what the song was about, I'm like, oh fuck, this suits it so much better. Suze, you would be good at this sort of thing with your musical prowess. If you know the song, if you don't, it's by a band called Papa Roach and it's called Last Resort, and it's like pretty punky and rocky. And then this version by Fallen in Reverse is just really melodic and beautiful. And I'm very impressed, and I'm now really looking forward to going to see them. So anyway, I'm going to go on that note, and I shall catch up with you guys later in the week.
Are you getting your braces off today, is it? No. No.
Soldering right now. We'll let you know how it gets on. Hopefully tomorrow we'll find out in the plumbing event at the Skills Olympics.
We're excited.
I'm very excited. 3 minutes to 9.
9 to 6.
Mama! Oops. I think you're coming in a bit quick. Yeah.
Hello guys, something different today. I know it's, see, having to look at myself. Why have I got such a big face? Because you're fat, Lisa. So today I am going to be doing a lash lift and tint, which is why I'm so close and why I have no makeup on my face. So when I came back from London, my dad had given me £50 to spend on myself, and I had spent £13.99. So I bought myself this Luxe Lash Lift set, and it came with a free tint set, which I don't think, my eyelashes are quite dark, but we're going to use it anyway. Tell you what, I could do with someone doing something with my eyebrows, never mind my lashes. So, but I refuse to pay salons because I can't afford it. So, lash lift set. This is pretty complicated. I've watched so many tutorials of this. My eyelashes are pretty average, I would say. They used to be much thicker and I feel darker. So there's a lot of different little boxes in here. Okay, I've got everything out. Oh, more misses. So let me show you these so I can put these away. These are little things that attach to your eyelid. You glue your lashes to it. Yes, you glue your lashes to it. Then you put permanent solution in the middle, avoiding the ends. Then you put fixing solution. Then if you want to tint it, you tint it, and then you wipe it all off. You have to time all these as well. So you pick your thing based on how much curl you want. I am going to go for M, the second curliest. It may be a mistake, it may not be, we shall see. So M2, I don't want M2, M1, L. We are going with M. So let's put these others. There's enough in this kit for 3 goes. There's 3. I don't know if these are reusable though. I suppose like I can do a gentler curl on one and then like the, if I'm a bit more confident, the really curly one. So that's everything out of my little thing. It says get a tissue. Lisa's got some bog roll because she's a classy bird. It mentions something like put in baby powder to make sure your eyes are like really dry, but it also mentions taking out your contact lenses, but the problem with that is I'll not be able to see. So got these. This is a thing that you're supposed to use to push your lashes onto the pad, but every tutorial I've seen, the people have struggled with that in a big way. I better get out the tint actually as well. So the tint, which came free with this, have, let me put that down so it's making a really annoying noise, have 2 little tubes. One is the eyelash tint and the other is oxidant or something, oxidant gel. You mix a pea-sized amount of both in a little one of these, and you have a little to put it on with. Do you put it on with that or do you put it in? There's lots of little bits in here that I'm not entirely sure what they are. I have a number of Q-tips handy. I have a number of pads handy. This makes you look like you've gone multiple rounds with Rocky. The back of this has got adhesive on, but it's important, it says to make sure you fit it to your eye first. So we're doing that first. I'm hoping, make sure that you don't get any, right, so that's way too long for my eye. So why is it sticking already? I haven't taken the back off. So let's take that much off and see what that does. She's hacked a load of it. I'm going to take, what it says is, right, you've got glue. To put a little bit of glue over the scalloped edge and in the corners, we're going to trust it. See if I end up with something glued to my fucking face and I have to go down to Darren and tell him what I've done. I'll never hear the end of it. Right, it's a little bit of glue. Wait 20 to 30 seconds. I should have taken the adhesive off the back before I put the glue on the front. Obviously this is not going on my channel as a tutorial for obvious reasons. Right, let's have a go. I need to make sure not to get any of my lashes below this, or they won't curl and they will sit out really weird. Is that low enough? Look, I've gone multiple rounds with Rocky. I'm feeling like it's not. It says hold it on for 30 seconds, I think it said. Jesus wept. Look at that wrinkling. Right, okay. What are we doing first? We are gluing our eyelashes to this thing first. Oh, look at that. Right, just don't look at anything I said because, right, other people said do this in sections. So let's do the middle section first. Oh. Right, I think that's too much glue. Everybody that uses this said it doesn't work, it's crap. That your eyelashes won't stick right away, be patient. Something I'm not known for. Alan, the things you see on this channel. And you have to be super careful with what shape your eyelashes are. Obviously, whatever shape they stick to this thing. is the shape that they are going to. I've got a baldy bit there. Right. I have a feeling it's wrong on the outside. Quite impressed I actually got them to stick with this thing, because all of the tutorials I watched, that's not stuck in properly. Oh, look at the wrinkling at the top of my eye. No, that doesn't want to stick, does it? I have a feeling we shall be here some time. Oh, there we go. The instructions actually say, be patient. I'm not a patient person. Right, I think we're all stuck. Okay, we're stuck. We're stuck, guys. Let's move to the perm lotion. Right. I'm filming on my phone and I'm going to have to... I don't know what size of thing I should be putting this on with. Right, you have to get it in the middle and not put it on the tips or on the bottoms. Right, let's have a go. Oh, it stinks. Do we think there's enough on there? The people I've seen doing it, like, it's really... I think once you've opened it, you have to like, oh God. You have to like use the full thing, so that's what makes me think, am I not putting enough on here? Right, let's leave it at that. Tissue. Oh, my leg's gone to sleep. That's what you get for sitting on the toilet too long. Oh, I've pulled the end off. Right, okay, it says, make sure not to have any... That feels rock hard on the end because of that glue. Don't have any permanent solution on the end. Have to set a timer now. Okay. Oh, timer's set, I think, for 12 minutes. Let's have a look. So we've apparently got about 4 minutes left. I have no patience for such things. Look at that skin. Oh my God. That's age, folks. Wrinkly skin. Doesn't show like here. Look at this. Right, I need one of these lifts, whatever that is. I can't get that loose hair off. I've tried. The things we do, honestly. Oh my God, I don't like looking at myself in the mirror for a length of time. This is not good. Now, I've put on the perm lotion. Next, I have to put on another little sachet. Fix lotion. And leave it the same length of time again. So when I put this on this eye, I'm probably going to put the other stuff on that eye, or should I just wait? It's just the thought of having to do it all over again. I should just wait. I should do one and then you can see the difference, and then do the other, even though it means it'll take me an extra half hour. Leaving stuff on for fucking 12 minutes at a time. For probably an imperceptible difference that I will only be able to see. I got a text last night from the woman from Scouts that has cancer, saying she wanted to step back. It was the AGM, annual general meeting, the other night, but nobody would take the section leader job, so she's had to sort of keep it, even though she's not physically up to doing it. But it means she's asked me if I will do all the admin. Now obviously it's going to make me look like a complete arsehole to say no. So I have to go in next Friday. This is Friday today. They're meant to be going back today, but they're not going back to next Friday because of lack of leaders. Really, it should be parents of the kids that are actually at that level doing the leading. That's what happens. But Isaac's going to be moving up to explorers, So I would have liked to not have had to work with scouts because I don't know any of them. I'm never there, you know what I mean? It's like I can't do the physical stuff involved in the scouts, like the hiking and the canoeing and kayaking, and I'm not able to do that, so I can't really be a scout leader. Surely it's bound to be almost... This eyelash won't stick. It just won't. So this one is going to not curl properly. Come on, it's bound to be nearly time. I don't know why it won't stick. God knows how much admin I'm going to have to do, and it's really hard when you're not there and you don't know the kids and you don't know the events, and the guy that's there actually doing it, who won't text section leader, is the guy that took them to Red Rose and took no fucking photographs. It's useless. It's just, his organisation is nil. Right, that was my timer going off. Fix solution. You're supposed to, when you've done this, ooh, this is blue. You're supposed to cover it in cling film. How the hell do you cover your eye in cling film? The other people seem to have, you know, it looks like that. So I'm thinking I haven't put enough product on. The permanent lotion. This is the fixing lotion. Sorry, I started doing it and forgot to actually record. I'm just wiping off some glue. Just wiping off the colour now. And it says, let's see, ow, ow. Oh, alright, I think we can agree that has made a ridiculous amount of difference. Wow, okay, I'm well happy with that. Happy days, folks. Look at that. You can see my eyelashes. I'll go do the other one and let you see the end result. I'll not make you sit through it again. Oh, I have to put, hang on, I'm not finished yet. Finally apply the Nourish lotion with a cotton swab, then comb your lashes from the base to the tip. Right, the clean cotton swab, it said. I think when they, oh, it's yellow. I tell you what, seeing the mess some people's eyelashes turned out, I'm actually really pleased. I know most people won't notice, you know, but it makes me look more awake. And it makes me look like I've got like a little bit of mascara on. Wow. Yep. Where's the little comb through? Yeah, guys, I think that's worth it, don't you? Oh, there we go. Happy days. Well happy with that result. Yeah, there we go, guys. I think they came out, now this one, I didn't leave stuff on as long as this one. I'll tell you why. Because when I did this one, I was really happy with how it looked. And it's mostly okay because I've brushed it again. But this keeps over curling. Apparently something to do with I haven't taken the glue out properly or something. Anyway, I did exactly what it said on the instructions. It says not to get your lashes wet or not to use water on them. But when I read how to correct an eyelash that keeps curling after everything's off, it said, I know it says in the instructions not to get them wet, but thoroughly like wash them. Like, so this, on this part, I know you can't really see it now, you only maybe can. It keeps over curling in that section. This one is sort of like stayed, but it's definitely made a difference. Obviously, I don't have really thick lashes. They're about average. And I can't afford to get lash inserts and stuff. And I think I look like a drag queen with fake eyelashes. So this is a, what's the word? Another alternative. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. Thumbs up. Alright, this is helpful. It's Friday evening, folks. I've just realised as I've been about to edit some video footage, Isaac has his braces out this week, which you've seen a little clip of him at the dentist, but we haven't videoed his teeth without his braces. Come on, just give us one. Come on, Isaac, don't have all night. Just let us see your teeth without your braces. Let's see again, I want again. There. So you can see they're nice and straight. He's not going to let us see any more than that. I'm just editing at the minute. But yeah, I'll put a picture in because we have a photograph of his teeth to let you see the difference before and after. It is considerable. Anything you want to say? He's had his first week and a half over of school, sorry.
Cheeseburger.
Right, he's obviously doesn't have any interest to say. So yeah, I'll leave it there for now. We're not planning to do anything tonight. I shall catch up with you before the end of the week. Saturday afternoon. We're watching a French film called Pandemonium. The state of this.
You wrapped them all.
I know, it is Sunday. Just closing off the vlog for the week. I know I haven't done very much, but I said I'm cutting down amount because it's just me waffling in it. My eyelashes kept curling too much. They're like now over curled. So I obviously got some on the ends. I haven't worn makeup since I've done it. I don't know what will happen if I put mascara on those. So I've just not bothered with makeup. Darren's coming now. Don't think there's anything else really to tell you. I spent all day yesterday resting. I'm sort of trying to build up to my mum going up into respite. She goes on the 24th. And I've told you like about all of the Darren taking my dad to the airport, and I think it's like 5 o'clock or some stupid, and I'm gonna have to be awake at that time to go, which means another night of not sleeping. Sorry, just paying attention to make sure there's no children to run over. And then I've got quite a few things I need to get done in my mum's house when they're away. They are starting to build a row of houses behind the houses that you've seen. So there's quite a few houses there now. I'll turn it around the next time.
Could help to win.
That's the ghost radio.
I think it's about 10 or 11 gone up now.
So there's quite a few. I can't think. Can you think of anything that's of any note for me to share? I've said I'm going to try and keep the length of the vlogs down because most of it's me waffling. So this week all I did was really, I talked a little bit at the start of the week and I curled my eyelashes and Isaac got his braces off. That's the only thing that's on the video. No, yesterday was just a non-day of resting. I watched loads of films yesterday though. I think we watched 4 movies yesterday. We watched the remake of The Crow because I wanted to see what Darren thought of it. And he thought it was alright. He didn't think it was as bad as everybody else is making out. I watched one called, let me remember this. I've forgotten it. What's that one I watched about hell? It's got a one-word title. Pandemonium, that's it. Really, really good. Really enjoyed it. It ended too quickly and I wasn't entirely keen on how it ended, but the rest of the movie I thought was brilliant. One called Hereafter, which was really boring and I didn't finish. And there was one more. What was the other one we watched last night?
No, it's gone.
Oh, there was another one, but it was the one about Megan Fox as an AI.
Oh, yeah.
Subservience, which was rubbish. So, Pandemonium I would 100% recommend. It's French. It's on Amazon Prime and Apple, I think, if you have Apple TV.
I found it strange on Subservient where when they bought a servant for the house that came with working orifices, there weren't an added extra they had to buy. They just threw them in as
Too
special.
much information.
Well, that's the film though, isn't it? It's like, what?
So,
The company would have thrown them in.
watch Pandemonium. I still reckon The Crow is not a bad movie. I don't care what anyone says. As long as you're not comparing it to the original Crow, I think it's a really nice love story. I just wish they'd cast someone else. Apparently, now I was reading, as I like to do, all of the people that were linked to the role. Now originally Jason Momoa was meant to play the Crow. but they done so many rewrites. He said it got too far from what he envisaged at the start, so he left the project. But more interestingly, Kirsten Stewart was meant to play Shelley, which I felt would be perfect. I thought she's got that edge about her, and sort of femininity at the same time would have really worked. I felt that the girl that played her, who is a like singer-songwriter, and she wasn't awful. I just didn't feel the chemistry. She just didn't have the right aura about her, I felt, for the role. But I thought Bill Skarsgård was really good. Anyway, that's about all we've been doing. Just gone into my mum's. I remembered my dad's Crocs. He doesn't want Crocs, but he's having Crocs forced upon him, because if he gets on that holiday and those sandals rub, as they can do because they've never been worn before, he will be grateful of Crocs. So,
you got some Crocs?
Huh?
You got him some Crocs?
Oh, I did. No, that's not them. That's the slippers that he asked for. The Crocs haven't arrived yet. I bought him some Crocs online. They should be here before he goes. Right, I shall go. No more waffle. Next week. Next week, really, the only thing I can think is I have to get like my mum's clothes ready for respite. Yeah, I know. And get all of every item that she's bringing labelled. So I've got iron-on labels, so I'll have to do that next week. Make sure that her medication's picked up. It's such a pain in the arse. My mum's medication for the carers must be in blister packs. Now, if you don't know what that means, it means every single tablet that she takes, which is a lot, have to be like, there's a little blister pack, a little like thing, tray we'll call it, for morning, one for lunch, one for tea time, one for bedtime, and it's like, it has to be punched open like a blister pack, and all of the tablets are in the little tray, because the carers cannot take tablets out of boxes that you would normally get from your GP. But the respite centre cannot, for reasons best known to themselves. I think it's ridiculous. They won't use blister packs. So my mum, for that week, and it's a weird week, it falls Tuesday to Tuesday as well, she has to get all her medication gone back to boxes, and then when she gets back out, it will have to go back to blister pack, and something's going to go wrong because people are stupid. So I have to make sure that's collected and done properly this week. Isaac's scouts go back on Friday night. I have to go in and fill in a form. All the parents have to fill in a form at the beginning of the year, and that's when I'm sort of finding out what admin. I think I'm basically getting landed with all the admin, because I'm the only person not nasty enough to say to a woman with cancer, no, I'm not doing it, you get it done. But she has not been able to. Now, if I were her, I would have said, look, I'm sorry, I'm gone. She said, my head's fried, but nobody will take the section leader role. And she feels really, she's got that sense of responsibility where she doesn't want to leave, because if she does, somebody's going to be triple jobbing, that's doing something, like Eugene used to do it. He's like over Cubs. At one stage he was over Cubs, Explorers and Scouts, and rather than her give the work to someone else, she's sort of trying to muddle through it, but she's asked for my help to do the admin side of things, which I'm fine with, as long as it's not approaching companies to get them to do stuff or stuff. I'm not doing that. So we shall see. But I would like to get control of that website and get it properly run, like attendance properly marked, badges properly done and given out on time. I want to get like all that done, but I don't know if they'll let me do that. We shall see. But it's hard when you're not actually there and you don't know the kids, because Isaac within the next 6 months will be moving up to Explorer, so he won't be a scout anymore. So I can't even ask him who's that, he's not going to be able to tell me what they did, so I won't, it just, when you're doing half a job, you feel like you always have to depend on someone else to ask, well, what did you do, who was there, what badges did they do, who did the and it's like, surely having to ask someone else all those questions is then that person still having to do the work, you know what I mean? It's just a bit of a pain. We'll work out a strategy, I'm sure. But that's what's coming up this week, so nothing very exciting. And then the following week, obviously, my dad's off to Spain and my mum is off to respite for a week. And I get into that larder order and see if I can find any vestiges of my childhood in there.
I'll have to get my leather trousers in next week.
What for? Oh, you're doing my dad's hair? Yeah, Darren will give my dad a haircut before he goes away as well. Right, so I know I've waffled a bit more than I wanted to, but that's the update for now. I shall check in with you next week. Overnight from Kit.